Is just how are medical marijuana dispensaries regulated? Missoula County has the potential to see about twice as many of those shops as pharmacies.
But as Irina Cates reports, prosecutors say there are no laws in place to regulate medical marijuana facilities.
The Missoula Business Licensing Department says it has records for 73 medical marijuana dispensaries either in business or waiting for a business license in the Missoula County area. Most of these dispensaries are in the city limits. The Montana Pharmacy Board says it can't track how many pharmacies a county has, but it says in the city of Missoula, records show there are 35 pharmacies, which is less than half of the medical marijuana facilities we could see in Missoula County.
The Medical Marijuana Act is silent, really, as to how those types of facilities are to be run or regulated. So right now it's kind of a free-for-all.
Right now, pretty much the only way a facility can be regulated is through a raid when there's a suspicion of a crime.
We would have to apply for a search warrant, and a judge would have to determine that there was probable cause that a crime had been committed or was being committed, and then that search warrant would be executed.
The other concern with medical marijuana is the money and where all of it is going.
There are no regulations. I mean, it makes it such that people who run dispensaries can accept cash payments. They don't necessarily have to keep tight accounts, and so there's no telling how much they're taking in. So we don't know how much they should be paying in taxes or where it's going after it comes into the dispensary.
Paul says he's heard from some high school students that marijuana is easier for them to get than alcohol. He says one of his concerns is patients buying medical marijuana and then selling it, and this happens pretty often.
So-called patients are going in, they're buying so-called medical marijuana, and then they're selling it to high school students and to college students. Then they go back to the dispensary, buy another ounce, and go out and are just selling it on the street. So what they're calling medicine is really just a drug to get high and to make money off of.
The Medical Marijuana Act says a patient can only have one caregiver, but there's no way of knowing if a patient goes to more than one to get the drug. Paul says he hopes to see some regulation from the legislature, like making caregivers keep accounts and be open for inspection, so the medical marijuana dispensaries would run kind of like a pharmacy. In Missoula, Irina Cates for Montana's news station.